What is up, boys? So this morning I spent around 30 to 45 minutes testing a whole bunch of different engraving setups for Demonic Impulse Shadowhunter, and I got some pretty cool results. The main reason I did these tests is because after doing my research on best in slot engravings for Demonic Impulse, there was no single right answer. Everything was saying something different, so I went out and did some testing on my own so that you guys don't have to. What you're looking at right now is exactly how I did my testing. I started the timer with 0 Shadow Burst meter. I did my rotation until I had Demon Form, made sure to pop Howl as my last ability before going into Demon Form, so that I have the damage increase debuff on the boss for my Bloody Massacre in Demon Form. After Demon Form expired, I howled again and went straight into my Awakening. Following that with Demon Vision and back into Demon Form. Used up the rest of my time in Demon Form and then ended the test. I did this same exact rotation for every single one of the tests. These tests were set up with 3 level 3 engravings, like this. As far as I know, this is what I think most of us will be looking at going into Argos with. You could maybe add like a level 1 engraving on top of this if you want, but that would mean you have some insane like 20 out of 20 legendary engraving books and really good accessories. So just to keep it realistic, I just did it at 333. In terms of stats, I did a little bit of math and ended up at about this for what my stats might be looking like going into Argos. Now let's get into the results. So the numbers that you see on your screen now are the average of the 3 tests within every single engraving setup. So that's 630k DPS that you see tied with Demonic Impulse 3, Adrenaline 3, and Hitmaster 3 is the average number of 3 separate tests that I did with those engravings. That stays the same with every single one of the engraving setups. There's a lot of RNG in these tests, as there is with really any DPS test in any game, because of things like crit chance RNG, runes RNG, and things like keen blunt weapon RNG. I felt that 3 separate tests would suffice for now to come to what the DPS with a certain engraving setup might look like. Another thing to note is that with engravings like Grudge and Cursed Doll, there is a negative side to them that I obviously couldn't put to the test. Grudge increases your damage taken from the boss, and Cursed Doll reduces the amount of healing that you receive. This is just a target dummy that I did the tests on, so I didn't really have to worry about that. But do take that into account when looking at these results. Remember, you can't do any damage if you're dead. As we can see, Demonic Impulse, Adrenaline, and Grudge had a 670.5k DPS average, and Demonic Impulse, Grudge, and Cursed Doll had a 674k DPS average. However, there are 2 negative engraving effects in this test, so keep that in mind. The 670.5k DPS average only has Grudge as the negative engraving, where the 674k DPS had Grudge and Cursed Doll. I think I would take a 4k DPS loss to have 1 less negative engraving, but that's just me. If you guys think I missed any important engraving setups in this video, or if I made any mistake at all with how I tested, feel free to drop a comment below so that I can do a better job next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.